What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This is, I think, our third episode.
Yeah.
We're going to be going over the second week of this past NFL season. Wins, losses. We're not going to talk about the Ravens.
I think it's actually like our fourth or fifth episode. I have no idea.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. Welcome y'all back. Let's see if we can get this shit rolling. Oh,
Dang.
Watch out for family. Yo, what's up, guys? Let's do. We're gonna go over our week 2. We're gonna do a little bit of a recap. I'm still on week 3, real quick. Hold on, let me go back. I'm not even ready. So week 2 matchups was me versus my buddy Carlton. It was kind of a close matchup throughout the entire thing. I ended up coming out on top, 98 flat to 88-44. So I'm pretty pumped. Trey Lance going down kind of kills the rest of my season, but I got Trevor Lawrence as my backup, so we'll see. So now he's my starter, and I put in for Jimmy Garoppolo, even though I drafted him at the beginning of the year. I should have just kept him, but I put in to get him on waivers, and I put $25 for my free agent bid, and my buddy Matt put $26.
Oh no!
So
damn,
what a jerk!
Bro, damn, imagine doing $26 for Jimmy G though.
Yeah, that's
We're the only
for a backup quarterback.
him and I are the only ones that put in for it. So,
yeah.
But I had a backup plan to that backup plan. So I also put in for Jacoby Brissett with the Browns because he's been doing pretty decent, man. He's been
I saw Marcus Mariota on there. Like, he's not doing terrible.
yeah. So and then the next matchup was it was actually these guys scored a lot of points. It was Roman with Watson Massage Clinic versus some guy named David. I don't know who he is. Airing Dirty Landry.
Yeah, is he new this year?
I think he is new. But Roman won 155.26 to 119.18. So yeah, that's a pretty good matchup. That's a lot of points, way more than me and Carlton. So it kind of sucks whenever you score a ton of points and you still come out on the losing end.
Yeah.
So we've all been there. So next matchup was Jimmy versus my son Luke. Jimmy came out on top on that one, 95.56 to 81.72. I don't even know. Did Jalen Hurts kind of helped him out on that because Penny didn't do anything. The Jet kind of got a little bit locked up by Darius Slay.
He got grounded. Get it?
Leave the dad jokes to the only dad in the room.
Too slow.
And then next matchup was my buddy Matt with Joe Buck Yourself versus my brother-in-law and my nephew. They actually scored the most points this week, 162.68. And they beat Matt 120 to .26.
Still high scoring.
Yeah, there's a real high scoring game, but Mike and Monkey's team just killed it, man. 160 points. That's really, and we don't have any like bonuses or anything like that for anybody. I think everybody just kind of had, it was just kind of a baller game for.
Hey, yo, a lot of people are talking shit on Christian Kirk, but he 2 weeks in a row had balled out.
So in our dynasty league, I actually traded him away for Michael Carter because I didn't think Christian Kirk hadn't done anything until with Arizona last year, and then coming back and then being with Jacksonville his first year.
Yeah, Doug Peterson's getting him the ball.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna work out well, so I kind of got on the losing end on that trade, but it is what it is. And then next matchup was the old timer with Knocker Loose versus Andrew, who I highly doubt has even opened up the app since draft day. I said that last week, and I'm gonna say that every day until he confirms.
We're gonna find out this coming week because he has Mike Evans. Mike Evans is suspended. If you don't take him out, then we'll know.
And we'll also find out in 2 weeks for bye weeks. So Andrew won that one 160.26 to 108.62. And then we have the John battle. John O versus John T. So John T came out on top on that one, 105.36.
I lost by 4 points.
That's
Kirk Cousins, bro. He is your killer.
I think that's the narrowest margin of victory. I think it wasn't it.
Yeah, I think so. 4 points is pretty small.
Yeah, 4 points. There's 13 right there, and I won by just less than. So yeah, you had the narrowest margin loss, man. That kind of sucks, bro. So
And it sucks even worse when you go look at your bench and your guy dropped 15 points. So
I don't know what's worse, getting blown out, and just like getting straight embarrassed, or losing a close one.
yeah.
Losing a close
And it
game.
came down to the last game too. I bet you were just pissed off at Kirk Cousins the whole game. What are you doing? But hey, man, there was like 3 or 4 passes that were just fucking. They were open and they just fucking dropped it.
Yeah.
That one dude he threw like a dime to that dude. He let it slip. It would have been a touch, like a 60-yard touchdown, bro. That shit was terrible.
The last matchup was Jacob with my Diggs Small. I like saying his team name, man. And then against my nephew Luis, Jacob came out on top 112.50 to 101.60.
Yeah, that's because Matt Ryan got a negative 1.2 points.
Yeah. So that's as far as the standings go, you got the top 3 with Mike and Monkey at 1, Andrew at 2, and then John T at 3. They're all sitting at 2-0. And then the bottom 3 are Matt with Joe Buck yourself, Rosalil with Knocker Loose, and Carlton with Bermuda Kings, all sitting at 0-2. So we got 8, right? We have 8 1-1 teams. So it's still, it's barely week 2, but it's still anybody's league, man. There's no need to panic for those 0-2 teams. Because all three of those guys are the bottom 3. They actually have really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
So that was week 2. All right, and we're gonna look ahead at week 3. Oh, excuse me. The first matchup we got is me versus Jimmy. All right. I'm projected to win right now at 116 to 108. So we'll see how that pans out. He just picked up Cole Beasley. We don't know if.
Oh, I don't even know if he's gonna play this week.
Yeah.
Even if he does, I probably won't play him.
He's on the practice squad, so we'll see. We'll see how Trevor Lawrence does with me at taking over that starting role.
It's going to come down to y'all's back. See how Najee does and CMC does.
Yeah. So I don't know. I put in a trade for a running back. I don't want to throw it out there because I already withdrew the offer because I was offering Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith killed it yesterday.
Yeah.
He did have a good game.
Yeah. So if whoever I offered Devontae Smith to for a running back, it's kind of your loss, man. But I don't know. It may be my loss depending on how the rest of that or how that running back goes throughout the rest of the
What you
year.
need to do is trade Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I really do need to trade Kyle Pitts.
It's crazy how they're not going. It's not even his fault. How they're just not going
Yeah,
the ball.
I have Kyle Pitts, and on my bench for my tight end, I also have Mike Gesicki, and neither one of them are doing really too hot right now, man. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are getting everything from Tua, and Gesicki isn't getting anything. So, next matchup is Luke and David, with Luke projected to win at 118 to 107. Next matchup is Matt versus Roman. That one's at a 50-50, man. That's at a 50-50.
That's the first 50-50.
Yeah.
And Roman actually picked up somebody earlier. Oh, he picked up Sky Moore. I think he may have him. Does he have him starting?
No.
Oh, okay. Whenever I first looked at it this morning, they were legit at 50-50, 112.63 each.
Is Kamara coming back?
He should be. He's got the same injury as Justin Herbert. He's got like a
rib thing?
yeah, it's something to do with his like a fractured rib cartilage or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Hey, Roman might have the best receiving core in Jamar Chase and Amon St. Brown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
St. Brown is like, I forgot who I was watching this morning, and they're like, they're saying that is a lot. It's feeling a lot like when Justin Jefferson started picking it up in like week 2 in his rookie year, and then he just never looked back and said, "This guy's got like that." Mm-hmm. Or was it him or was it Wilson for the Jets? Maybe it was.
Garrett Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, I was upset that I lost that one too. I put that in a waiver, but I only put $7. I didn't realize everyone's throwing their whole draft bank.
Oh yeah, Matt's already spent like 70. I think he only has like $34 left for the whole year.
He's throwing out his whole fucking fantasy draft.
Yeah, I know. So that was. I tried trading for Amon-Ra St. Brown in our dynasty league. I've been trying to trade for him all summer, and the guy that has him will not let him go, man. Mm-hmm. And I even threw in CeeDee Lamb in the offer to like kind of sweeten the deal, and he still said no. And I mean, there's obviously other factors of like future draft picks and everything, but the guy I tried trading against, he would not take it. So next matchup, we got Mike and Monkey versus Rosalito. And Mike and Monkey are projected to win 122 to 120. That's gonna be a good matchup, man. I feel like it's the top dog versus one of the low man on the totem pole right now. So that'll be a good confidence booster for the old timer if he wins that one.
Oh yeah.
So
he just needs to ride it out with his running backs.
Yeah.
I know Henry and Fournette haven't really done too much. But those are good running backs.
When it gets through when it gets to the thick of the season, right there in the middle, week 7, week 8, week 9, that's when those running backs are gonna kill it for them.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if Tannehill keeps playing like ass, we're gonna see Malik Willis probably sooner than later. Oh, yeah. I think honestly, once Malik Willis gets in there, I think that also a little threat run opens up Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next matchup, we got Carlton versus John T. Carlton's projected to win 121 to 110. And then you got Jacob versus Andrew. Jacob's projected to win 107 to 102. Then you got John and my nephew Luis. And you're projected to win 128 to 99. I think he's the only one that's like not triple digits is Luis. Yeah.
He got pretty good.
Who?
You?
No, I got a receiver on the bench too. You trying to trade him?
Receiver.
Allen Robinson.
Oh yeah, one good week. And you trying to trade him?
Hey man, that's how you do it.
Pittman's not even gonna play this week.
Bro,
Pittman's out again.
I'm trying to get negativity.
I'm waiting for our weekly recap throughout on the app. So, but it hasn't come in yet. So I was hoping that came on at least while we were on here, so we could talk about that. But one thing that I've noticed so far this year is that running backs are not running backing. It's like they're not scoring points. There's no lead running back at the moment. Like you don't have Kamara leading in all kinds of PPR out of the backfield.
And Jonathan Taylor got shut down this past summer.
Yeah, JT's not doing anything. Christian McCaffrey's getting limited touches. Like, what is that?
Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
And then Derrick Henry's not running over people. He's getting run over. Mm-hmm. So, like, who's the top running back at the moment? Like, there's really...
After this week 2, I'll throw it out there, and it's going to have to be a steady dose of him every time, is Aaron Jones.
But you need to get off Aaron Jones' nuts, man.
No. I'm not the biggest Aaron Jones fan, but did you see he just balled out this week?
I think that's the way Green Bay's gonna win. Is just having both him and AJ Dillon out there because
they've been a good 1-2 combo there or 1-2 punch there in the Green Bay backfield for a while, and I feel like Aaron Jones kind of doesn't get the respect. Same with AJ Dillon, they don't get the respect that they.
That's because they don't do it every week. Yeah, that's the thing. Because it's such a two-headed monster.
Yeah, they haven't been getting a lot of praise for their wins either. Lately, it's because it's always been Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers getting the ball out to him. But
they're about to get all the credit.
I think once they start winning and if people start realizing that that's the way to go, is using Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, that'll be they'll start getting the respect they deserve, man.
Najee Harris was killing me, man, but. He started getting in the pass game again, and then that started opening. He started getting more points again.
Yeah.
Just Pittsburgh has no offense. Did he Kenny a try?
And, man, Tua had a baller game I'm going on a little rant just because I got Chase Edmonds. And I feel like Chase Edmonds is one of those backs that can take over a game with his athleticism. And week 1, he did decent. I think he got me I think it was like 15 points or something like that. And then this past week, man, he didn't give me anything. He got like 5 points. Mm-hmm. And, bro, I'm so mad that this is my last year depending on Chase Edmonds. Even if he becomes the number 1 running back at the end of this year, I'm not keeping him, man.
Look, man, you don't need to give the ball to Chase Edmonds if you can just, they're just going to leave Tyreek Hill open.
And luckily for me, I got Jalen Waddle, so it kind of works out. So, and Jalen Waddle got me like 40-some odd points, man, so.
I forgot who I texted it to. I was like, that game right there was like a fantasy football dream.
Yeah.
Because everyone was getting points. You get points. It was like Oprah going on. Fantasy got points. Crazy. Like no defense in sight.
So at this moment, since we are a keeper league, at this moment on your team, who do you think is probably your top 3 that you're looking at? Because we're only keeping 1 at the end of the year. So who would you say top 3 wise you're keeping on your team? I'll go ahead and start while you guys look. All right. At number 3, I think number 3 right now is Christian McCaffrey for me. And then just because the potential of just the threat of Christian McCaffrey taking over games like he has in the past. He hasn't done that lately, or he hasn't done that so far this season. But if he gets it going by the end of the year, he should be able to shoot back up to taking over that number 1 spot. Number 2 for me, I'd have to say, is probably Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill gets a lot of attention, so Jalen Waddle he's proven to be that reliable backup receiver. So, and he's getting a lot of looks that way, and it's kind of looked like Jalen Waddle is Tua's escape route. If he's in trouble, he throws it to Waddle. And then number 1 for me to keep at the moment is AJ Brown. So I didn't think that, because I don't like Jalen Hurts, so I didn't think that the Eagles with Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown would do good. But last night proved that Jalen Hurts can sling the ball, and it just comes down to AJ Brown, him getting the ball to AJ Brown, and AJ Brown doing what he does. So those are my top 3 right now for keepers.
Yeah, man. My 3 right now is probably just gonna be Devontae Adams, just because he's a little up there in age.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's still Devontae Adams, and if Derek Carr would feed him like he tried to feed Hunter Renfrow this past week, it'd be a different outcome. But my second one is probably gonna be Saquon. If Saquon can stay healthy, he's one of the most athletic people in the freaking NFL. And my last one's Michael Pittman. I think they just need to get him a consistent quarterback in Indy.
Yeah.
And he can be the top 5 wide receiver.
Oh yeah, easily.
Mm-hmm. I guess my third one would be CeeDee Lamb, just because I think he's Dallas's number 1. Gonna just get him the ball, in good positions. He can probably do some things. 2 would be Scary Terry. Terry McLaurin is just a beast. He's still young. He's just gonna get better. And I think he can be a top wide receiver. And I have to say my number 1 probably Najee Harris. I think just the running backs in general, especially going into a draft, running backs are so coveted. You want running backs, and I mean, as long as he stays healthy and can do it, I end up keeping Najee Harris because you kind of have to when it comes to running backs.
Yeah.
Because if you're drafting 14th in the first round, a lot of the good the dependable running backs are going to be off the board already.
Yeah, the number 1 running backs in the league are already gone. So
you have to if you have a top running back, then I feel like in a keeper league you just have to keep him.
Yeah.
And I think that the wide receiver, there's so many good wide receivers out there that you can draft them a little bit lower and still get top tier. I mean, Amon St. Brown, right? Who's that guy?
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Balling out.
Well, see, and last year when Amon-Ra St. Brown was a rookie, he actually did pretty decent. And then, going into the offseason, I tried to get him, like I said, in our dynasty league, and I couldn't get him. And then watching Hard Knocks, and then just showing how much faith that they had in him, I was just like, yeah, this dude's he's gonna kill it, man. He's gonna take over. He's taking over this team easily. And then I thought DJ Chark would do something there in Detroit, but Jared Goff just is not getting the ball to DJ Chark at all.
Yeah, it's a little upsetting.
Yeah.
Why you gotta get him the ball, man? Shoot, you out here winning games. Just throwing it to him on safe run.
Right.
Yeah, so you were mentioning running backs are like really what you want to keep, and I didn't think about it. I was kind of wanting to keep receiver mainly, just because receivers are getting a ton of points right now. But you make a lot of sense on if you're going to be drafting late in round 1, and all those running backs are going to be gone, and receivers kind of come and go, and it made sense because I have 2 really good receivers. I can get one of those back in round 1 or 2 or whatever. And then same with him, he had Michael Pittman and Devontae Adams. So, yeah, you kind of persuaded me right there to keep Christian McCaffrey.
And think about it, you keep a top tier running back, right? And then you're saving yourself if you draft it. But if you draft early, then imagine having 2 really good running backs.
Yeah.
Off the start. Imagine having like a Najee Harris and Jonathan Taylor at the beginning.
Yeah.
Boom.
The guy that has JT, or who has JT?
Jonathan Taylor only had like 7. Well, he got shut down, but I think the whole whole Colts offense got shut down.
Yeah, Matt has JT. I don't think Matt's a good. He's been playing fantasy forever, so he won't get rid of JT. But receivers wise on his team, he's got Mike Williams, T. Higgins, and that's really about it. Well, Elijah Moore and Gabriel Davis, those guys have potential to. They're not really takeover players on their teams. They're more of the second option, but they still get the ball. So, but those are good receivers on his team that can take over. So,
Who's the scariest right now?
Recap. There you go.
Who do you think team is the scariest? Right
I would say probably I don't know. I would say probably Roman. Darren Waller can take over games. He's proven that in the past. Monroe St. Brown and Jamar Chase can easily get, 20, 30, 40 points. If Dak comes back really healthy and Dak plays like he did last year, then, Dak's going to get him anywhere from 25 to 30 points a game. And then he's got A.J. Dillon if Aaron Jones was to ever go down. And then he's also got Cam Akers on the bench right now too. So if Cam Akers gets his head out of his ass, then he may be able to take over games. And Brandon Ayuk, I don't know, man. I tried trading for him a while back. Even in our Dynasty League, I tried trading for him. But now that Jimmy G's back under center, he didn't use Ayuk that much last year. And Ayuk was kind of a troublemaker in the locker room. So now that Jimmy G's under center, I don't think Brandon Ayuk's going to do too hot there.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I know a bunch of the reports when they were in training camp was that Trey Lance and Brandon Ayuk had that connection going on. So I think that the value for Ayuk kind of has gone down, because I think Jimmy G's probably going to utilize Debo.
Yeah, he's going to use Debo as much as he can, and then along with the running backs also. So, but that would be my best guess, man. I think I like Roman's team. He was new to our league last year, and I don't think I don't know Roman very well fantasy wise. So I think that he just wasn't ready for the level of competition in our league, and because I don't think he had a good team last year.
Oh, it's because I drafted it for him.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I remember that now. So. Jimmy set you up for failure, Roman, all right, if you're watching this.
100%.
But see, so now I know Roman knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I have to take him
he has to know what he's doing. He's a Texans fan.
I have to take him a little bit more seriously now that he drafted his own team and everything, and I see the level of drafting that he has. So I'm honestly nervous, though, man. I mean, I brag a lot and say, I'm not worried about it, whatever. But, and being, back-to-back champs, naturally.
Chill out.
I don't know, man. I'm nervous, bro. Losing last week and then almost losing this week, I was almost hitting that panic button. So, and then I ended up coming out on top, and I'm like, okay, that's my sign to just chill out. Like, the season's gonna unfold the way it goes, and I need to not freak out and lose my mind. So, did you guys see the ending to the Cardinals and Raiders game?
Yes.
No, bro, that game was wild, man.
I felt like the scramble for his life somehow didn't get tackled and it threw a touchdown pass.
So I didn't watch the whole game because I was just getting off of work, but I saw the last like minute and a half or so of it going into overtime, and then I started watching overtime, and for some reason, Derek Carr. I mean, don't get me wrong, Hunter Renfrow is legit, but when the game's on the line and you have arguably the best wide receiver in the game with Devontae Adams, why not give it to him? Like, he throws it to Hunter Renfrow down in the flats to the left, and then he's about to get tackled short, and he's fighting for extra yardage, and then Isaiah Simmons comes up and just...
Oh, they returned it for a touchdown, right?
Isaiah Simmons just nails him.
Mollywalks.
And makes him fumble. And then some rookie, I think he was a rookie, I don't even remember. I don't remember if he was a rookie or not. I was hoping that it was Buda Baker because I have him on my defense, but it wasn't. But anyways, the corner out there recovered it and then returned it back for a touchdown. It was wild though too because as soon as he crossed the line, he threw the ball. So it was like it was one of those to where he threw it and almost made it a touchback instead of a touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, he almost.
So yeah, it was kind of close. They cut it kind of close, and I think that was the job saver for now for Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh, I think he's fired before the end of the year, 100%.
Before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year, he'll be fired.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's obviously going to come down to how they end the season.
Yeah.
But if they're not at least fighting for 500 for a 500 season, then I think he'll be fired mid-season.
Yeah, before the end of the year, I think he's gone.
But
the fact that they're down 20-0 at one time, I mean they came back, yeah, but
I think
the Raiders suck right now too.
I think Cliff Kingsbury is also like Kellen Moore. They're easily what's the word I'm looking for? The other teams can figure them out really quickly.
Yeah, like a Chip Kelly.
Yeah. So they're with LSU, Chip Kelly with LSU. They're not dependable. There's another word I'm looking for. I can't even think of it right now. But anyways, they get read out easily, and the other teams can read their offense really easily.
Yeah.
So,
which even before that Hunter Renfrow fumble, the play before he fumbled.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just.
Who was he? Juju Smith?
Man, I'm telling you, bro.
This Schuster.
Feed Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I mean they should. There's a lot of crazy games, honestly. I mean, even the Ravens and the Dolphins game. I mean, that was a comeback game too.
Yeah.
There's just no defense. Like, why do we have a rookie on an island with Tyreek Hill? And he thinks he has help over the top, and he doesn't. So he just stops his feet, and Tyreek Hill blows right behind.
I'm telling you, I thought I saw the same play and just replay, but those two different plays that Tyreek was just wide open and behind the defense.
Yeah, and I'm still surprised too. It got him the ball, but they made him look like Patrick Mahomes out there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
he was balling, man. He was balling. Was it 5 touchdowns thrown against you?
6.
6 touchdowns. Is that a record?
All right, that weekly recap isn't coming out, so I guess we'll close this out. That was our week 2 recap for us, at least, not through the app. And then our look ahead for week 3. There's not really big news out there yet in the league, other than running backs aren't doing what they're supposed to. Wide receivers are getting crazy amount of points, and the Bills are just killing everybody.
Terrorized.
They got the Dolphins this week. That'd be good. A good matchup.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Dolphins are good, and they have some really good corners with Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be a good matchup. I think the Bills are gonna blow them out the water. So, but that's just me.
I think it could be an offensive shootout.
Yeah.
And only because Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I don't think that Von Miller's gonna give him any time to throw the ball.
I agree with that too. Von
Yeah.
Miller is a fucking animal.
So hopefully that means Chase Edmonds gets a lot of just little
Little
dunk
dinks and
passes.
dunks.
Yep. All right. With that, we're closing out this week's podcast. All right. That is
Jimmy.
Jimmy. All right. Finally, he said something.
I
though.
know.
Finally.
I was
all
like,
right?
you paused. I was like, I'll say it.
That's Jimmy,
John.
and I'm Mike, and we are the Fantasy Football Gods. Deuces.
Deuce.